professional? No.
No.
The answer
You
is
will.
no. We
You
won't.
will.
No, we don't. We don't need to be professional. We need to be authentic, and we need to be real.
Real. Yeah. Just
real
having a
and true.
conversation, aren't we?
Yeah. So my professional introduction is to welcome everybody, all 3 people watching the Art of Feeling Better podcast. There'll be millions soon. I'm just waiting for you all to come through the doors. Yeah, this is my lovely podcast, The Art of Feeling Better. And I'm not even sure which number episode this will be, but at the time of filming, I think I've just filmed episode number 45, which is quite a lot. I've been doing this for a year now.
That's a big achievement.
You said that, was like, oh my God, that's really
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I've had loads of great conversations, and I've discussed with myself sometimes lots of great topics. And I've built this nice catalogue now of stories and conversations that I'm actually really proud of around all these different topics, with some incredible people around subjects like health and spirituality and education. And I'm aware that I just made an accidental farting noise with my hand.
I wondered if you know. We all just went, let's not focus on it and continue.
I was dead proud of you for not even
Seamless.
reacting. That was professional. But I know it's going to pick up on the mic, so let's put it in as a blooper and make sure nobody thinks after that brilliant conversation to start with that I was just trying to prove a point. Anyway, I digress again. I'm not going to do that. Sweaty hands on the beach. So yeah, I've had these really good conversations, loads of different topics, but they're all really connected to human beings and how we show up for ourselves, how we show up for other people, and the art of feeling better. There's a clue in the title, and it's how we feel well or feel better. And this particular episode, I don't know whether you can guess, but it's brought to you from Mother Nature herself. We're at the beach. I'm at the beach with my friends, with my sidekick.
Really
It's
well,
boiling, which is unusual for the UK. But yeah, so I brought my friends to me today. I'm going to introduce in a moment, and it's kind of like the physical representation of the Powerpuff Girls. If you ever watch that cartoon, yeah, that's literally
I didn't do an action there.
That's fine.
Just enjoying the chill.
Just start instead, if you like. That could be your action. And there's a reason, because we thought while we're here, because we're here for another reason, you'll see at the end, I'm going to add some footage. We, as kind of leaders in the wellness field, which we are, whether you think you are or not, on your journeys, you are leaders in the field of wellness. We need our tanks filling up, and we need to plug ourselves in. And for me, I know that I've introduced this space to you guys in this last year. This is my space to plug in, and this is my kind of space to get my healing. These beautiful gatherings that Carly Matthews, if you're out there watching, Carly runs usually every month throughout the summer months, spring and summer, where we get a chance to connect with the elements and purge some stuff that doesn't serve anymore. It's really good emotional release for me. And we go for a bit of a wild swim, which is always a winner.
I love it.
So that's why we're here. But I thought we would tag on a really important conversation and sit on the rocks looking very cool and catalogue posy.
All different levels.
And create some attention for everybody else on
It didn't take us long for this arrangement to happen, did it?
No. The best stuff, the best things that turn out the best. Can't even talk.
It's a quick one.
It's the stuff that you don't overthink. It's the messy stuff.
It's too much, isn't it? Yeah, it's too much. So we literally put this together. Thought, I know, we're already going to the beach. I'll bring my tripod. We'll bring the microphones. We'll find some rocks to sit on. And we'll do a little podcast, because we've been meaning to do this for a long, long time, and this seems like the perfect chance to do it now, because we're all together, and because Mojo School at the moment, which I tend not to talk very much, and I only just realised that recently when I do these podcast episodes. I know I might mention it, but it's not even called Mojo School. It's called The Art of Feeling Better, and I don't talk about my part to play in this change and in feeling better, or how I show up, or my stuff. Mentioned it a few times, but it's not been a focus. And because of the journey at the moment in starting to develop the whole model of Mojo School, so it's an app, it's a digital platform. I've put my life's work into creating these tools and these courses and resources based around the medicine wheel. So how we show up all parts of ourselves to get well, right? Feel better. The big part of my journey now is working with other people and developing our Mojo Mentors program. It's great alliteration. We have the M in there.
Yes.
It's just brilliant. And these two beautiful creatures, these lovely ladies, Angela,
Mentor magic.
Mojo Mentor Magic.
Oh, like
Just
monkey
had to go.
magic.
Just had to
Right.
go one step
Added
further.
another M. So we've got Angela and Lucy, who are my first line of amazing Mojo mentors, and it's been quite a journey, but it's really exciting to see how the business model and the way that we can show up and roll it out to more and more people really authentically is shaping up. And that is through everybody having their opportunity to explore and go through and round the medicine wheel, with kind of me lighting the way in my way. But then through that process of healing and picking out the bits that work for you and the tools that work for you in your own way, you kind of uncover your own story, don't you, of healing. So we started a little a piece of work, which was, I think it was your idea actually, Ange, and we kind of developed on from it. It's become probably the biggest and most important piece for me, is how we develop peer mentors and how we support that space, so that, you know, nobody completes their healing journey, right? And that's the danger in other places, that people who are previously wounded, which we all are, and have been through some shit, are suddenly expected to fix other people, and that becomes a toxic space then. And people then feel like they can't have a dip because they are now the guru and the fixer. And, you know, it all gets very messy and toxic. And I've been in that space myself before. So I think the way we started to look at it through Mojo School is, how can we really nurture and look after people through their experiences, find ways to share, but find ways to share so authentically that actually you're okay if you go back into that space again. Everyone's there to pick you up, and there'll always be someone that you can relate to, maybe more so than somebody else, because everybody's sharing their different stories in different ways. And the toolkit itself is universal, so there's no prescription in there. It's like, what works for you and how does it work? So that very long-winded introduction is kind of my way to explain the topic of today. And we're going to try and stay on for like 20 minutes ish, 25 minutes, but we've got lots and lots to say. So I do think we might end up with a trilogy.
Yeah,
because we also want to talk about other things. I know there's like parenting stuff that's come up lately, and there's all kinds of different things, and relationship stuff, and loads of things that we talk about and support each other with, that will be good for podcast episodes.
And because of the shadow work course for me, and the light bulbs that are coming because of Mojo School, that's why we're unearthing all these things, and it feels safe to do it, and it feels safe to talk about it and share it and learn from it, because actually we're all human and we're all navigating things together, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. So I'm going to ask you in turn just a little bit, we'll start chatting. There's no right or wrong answers. It's just a conversation around your experiences so far. We are going to be sharing your stories in the next couple of months properly, because we've each written a little book as part of the healing journey. I'm not going to say much more about that, but these particular stories will be coming out soon. And this really is a kind of preempt to that, to start to talk about, you know, how that process has arrived, and how we're going to start to share some of this stuff that's previously people don't talk about and find difficult to share. So you're next to me, Angela, so I'm going to get you to go first, but we can just jump in and think of it as a conversation rather than an interview. So if anything pops up, Lucy, for you, feel free to cut across and dive in. Yeah, quiet now.
We are sharing the mic, so
yeah, it's definitely on, isn't it? You've got the green light on. Yeah? So this is my turn to kind of shut up and nod like this, and listen, and really listen attentively. But yeah, if you don't mind, just sharing your experiences so far with your journey around medicine wheel, with some of the stuff you found from Mojo School, how you're finding it, and how you feel this model and this way we're doing business is going to really create ripples and changes.
Yeah. So I started the medicine wheel last August, I think, and I was a bit reluctant. I'll be honest, I was a bit reluctant at first, because I've done numerous courses in the past, because I've always had a thirst for personal development. Well, not always, since 2016. You'll find out more when the story's released. And I've always practiced gratitude and affirmations. Gratitude's always my go-to, no matter what. And affirmations, visualization, meditation is something I kind of dip in and out with. And, you know, I like to feed my mind great stuff and try and work on my mindset. And that's evolved into working with children, and evolved into a program that I've devised to bring all those practices to children, my droplet program and my dinky droplets in the community. But I always want to keep upskilling myself, so that's why I've always gone to a course. So, you know, things come in your emails, and things are on, you know, on social media, and CBT course, psychology courses, and, you know, I always, you know, my kind of biggest kind of regret, which I know you can always do what you want to do whenever you want to do it, you're never too late, is I wish I'd like studied psychology, because I
Oh,
find it really
really?
fascinating. I did
Yeah.
sociology, which was boring,
Ah.
and I chose that instead of psychology. And I just love how the mind works.
Yeah.
I love the science, and that's why I wanted to do these psychology little courses. But I've got probably like 5 or 6 of them just sitting in my email, lifetime access. But I've tried to do them. So when you explained the platform that you've been working on, I was like, oh, but I've done it before. I just
Yeah.
haven't got the time to do any more courses, as much as I tried. But then you like, and what I love about this experience is Jane is always like, no pressure. This is what I'm working on. If it feels right, if it aligns, and I think that is key to the medicine wheel, because it is totally different. And when I started doing it, I realized that actually now is the right time, because it's snackable. I like that you can do a module. They've got videos, you've got PDFs, it's very bite sized, and it's not heavy. And the delivery, you've got beautiful delivery voice.
Everyone says that, but you
you
never
have,
hear
you
it.
have, you
You
have.
never
Don't hear it
it
yourself.
Never,
And
no,
you know,
never hear
it's so easy to digest, and you look forward to doing it. And actually, you can binge watch Mojo School rather than binge watch some crap on Netflix,
Yeah.
and you feel good for doing it. So that's literally was the game changer when I started doing it. So when the opportunity came to become a Mojo mentor and pass it on, because I was talking to people about it, I spoke to friends and family about it, and explained how good it was. And then I was like, to be able to pass it on to other people, and to support other people, that was like really, like, it was a no-brainer. It was, let's get involved.
If you're enjoying something, you're getting something out of it, you do anyway, don't you? You talk about it because people say,
Yeah.
oh, well, you're doing well, and you kind of do talk
And in my
about it.
toddler classes, I'd be talking to parents about the themes of gratitude, all the themes that are tied into the medicine wheel, and they get a little bit of support at a basic level for them. I've built this yellow droplet, for example, is about being grateful, looking on the bright side. So I built that in child language, and I'll say, have you tried doing a gratitude list? But giving them that higher level of understanding, I can offer them that option through Mojo School. So it's something that I want to talk about and I want to share, and it's a privilege to be able to do that.
Oh, that's good. Lucy, what about you? That's amazing. That's quite a journey, isn't it, though?
It is. God, how do I condense down all the emotions?
So many emotions. It's good.
So I think from what you said there, I mean, I could echo it all. I think what I'd want to say is, like, to wrap it up in a kind of really succinct way, it's like having your own mentorship in a pocket.
Oh, that's
it's coming up
know
closer.
what I mean?
It's coming up closer to you, so you can.
Oh, sorry. It's like having a mentorship in your pocket.
That is a soundbite that's going to go everywhere.
But it is. It's like, when you were saying about going on like online and Instagram, I'm very conscious that social media is banging out unfiltered, unregulated information from people that know literally not a lot, and then that drowns out the people that know a lot that want to get out there. So when you go on social media, it's a hit and miss whether you find someone. People can get verified with ticks. It just needs your ID and stuff. It's not verification of their abilities or their qualifications.
Yeah,
so
that's so true. I remember one course I did, I was like appalled going through it by how many spelling mistakes were in it, and
grammar police,
and you think you're the person that is the trainer, and you lose that confidence then, because that's a big deal, isn't it, really?
It is. And when you've gone out on social media and people get like banged loads of information, at the heart of it, everybody's looking for something to help them feel good. So it's like an escape from your day job, your family situation, a personal situation, an emotional situation, anything like that. Yeah, you're looking for that dopamine hit. Yeah. And we've got to be really careful about where we get those dopamine hits from, because it can fester and drive you down a path that actually it's almost like an addiction that makes you need more and more of it. Correct. So when you go out looking on social media and you're looking for that help, it takes a long time to find the right people. You get driven by the algorithm and all that sort of thing. Whereas when you showed me like we've talked about, like, I've been involved with you for like involved with you. I've been involved with
Been involved for
Shane.
like
Don't tell.
30,
Don't tell him.
30 years, mate. 30
Yeah,
years.
30
That's a
years.
lot of years, that.
It is a lot of years. It's the majority of our lives.
Yeah, it is.
That the whole concept of what you've been trying to do over the years is just beautiful, pure,
Thank you.
genuine, and the integrity behind it and the sacrifices you've made to get to this point is like, it's just testament to how much you believe in the impact that this is going to have.
And it's
you.
already having that impact, isn't it?
Well,
That's
Two people sitting here with
and
it
that,
straight
you
away.
know, and you know
It's his
that,
impact.
and that
That's
is,
what, you know, if it helps 2 people, it's worth it, right? That for me,
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
it
So
massively is.
I
And that's
think-
really good to hear. I really appreciate that, because I know that it's difficult. Again, social media, you put out, and I've just been literally doing a podcast episode about authentic and what we're putting out and what I'm putting out, and moving into these spaces of being even more authentic, because we're always moderating language and keeping things held back, right? But for people out there who don't know me, and you've been working with me, you've known me since we were in school, you've been on my radar for at least 5 or 6 years, and you know those kind of things, and you know the level of work that's gone into it, and the level of sacrifice. People out there don't know. You know, I'm just another person in all that noise. That's hashtagging wellbeing, hashtagging. So I appreciate that. That's
and also, just I got add on to that. It's being in part of the Mojo community is you can absolutely be yourself and shine a light on who you are.
Totally.
And actually, you don't have to tone yourself down. You know, you
Yeah.
be who you are, be authentic, share your message. And I've been loving.
Yeah. Isn't it liberating? Isn't it liberating though?
And I've been loving just having the lessons from the modules and having the light bulbs, and actually just going out there and sharing, like, oh, this has happened today, and and actually that's really refreshing to actually, you know, be like really proud to just say, this is a lesson, this is what I've learned. And you know, it's because you feel like confident and you're real passionate about it that you can actually share your wins and actually share the shit things as well that you've learned things from.
Well, that's where the power is, sharing the shit
that's
things.
Literally that's literally where your resilience comes.
Yeah. Voice note ping pongs.
Oh, we have great
tennis. We do podcasts like this all the time.
We should download
We do personal therapy on voice notes. It's brilliant. But that's what's missing.
And our
community,
our community space is all about uplifting each other.
Yeah.
And I think you said something else that something popped into my head about that we're all on a different journey, and that we all, you know, we all support each other in a different way, and that's what's different about it, isn't it? It's not.
That was going to be my next question, so you beautifully segued that, even though we didn't plan.
I just remember you said to me, I was like, that's another.
It leads beautifully to kind of the question that I was going to edge towards, and one of the things that I wanted to mention, because it's hot on my mind at the moment, because I was listening to a podcast about this very topic, and it's always on my mind as well, and you probably picked up on that. It's always on my mind to show up as the best version of myself, and to not be in my trauma drive of fixer, right? Which we know, and my story's coming out, and you'll know why. It's all very exciting, and it's there. But my purpose and my trauma drive are like this, and it's really easy to jump over. So my purpose, you know, my degrees in leadership and management. I am a good leader. That's my strength. I'm not a great manager. I'm not gonna lie. I don't manage people well. I lead people. I'm a great leader. Really shit manager. I know my strengths, but being able to lean into those strengths and do what I do well. And I've led communities before, I've chaired boards, I've led projects, and I know I do it well. However, in the wellness space, and especially in the kind of work that I'm doing now, the old "with great power comes great responsibility" really fits here, because it really is something that you have to constantly check your blind spots with. Because, and I know, like, my husband jokes all the time about the fact that I have a cult, that I'm growing a cult, because because I like to think of it as a movement.
She said cult.
Well,
I did. It had an L in it.
And at the end, when you see us all around the fire chanting, you will think that we're.
There's a lot of signs that would point in that direction, but I think of it more as a movement. However, I'm really conscious. Mojo movement.
Oh,
yes.
But I'm conscious of that, and that's why this mentorship program has really landed with me, and it wasn't my idea at all. I feel like that's a good way for me to stay accountable, because I know if there's one specific person who is leading a project, and I know this is my baby, I've grown this, and of course I am that figurehead. However, I don't own this concept of holistic wellness or the medicine wheel or any of that. I'm just showing up, sharing my wisdom that's helped me, right?
You've created the platform for this to be shared, happen.
And people look at it their own way. But I think if there's a space where somebody is a bit too preachy, or if they are coming across as some self-proclaimed guru who has completed life on expert level and just do as I say and you'll be great, because that's a lie, because I'm not. So I like the thought of being sure that I am not going to end up showing up in that space. There's always challenge. People can always have different perspectives, and we have great conversations. Everyone has a different version of things, and it's great. So if I can help with that distributed leadership and just empower people, I don't want to be the pointy end by myself particularly.
Well, you want to be the single point of failure as well, because if you go down, the ship goes down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the train has to keep running, and it has to be that kind of space where we all rise. So I want to be in that space where I can push people up from the underneath rather than charging out ahead, going follow me because I'm incredible.
It's collaboration meets support, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, it really is.
We work.
Yeah, it is.
When you
Supporteration.
yeah, when you
That's
yeah,
a
we
new
need
word.
a new word.
Even invented
When you come on board, when you've done the work yourself, obviously you have to go through it to go through it, and you keep going through it. You keep having all these light bulbs. And doing our stories, I mean, we always chat about this. That has been mega light bulb moments.
That was really emotional.
That was reading everybody. That was quite something, wasn't it? That unexpectedly.
There's so much healing involved. Even though you think you've journaled it out, you've talked out, you might have had therapy about it. You've done you've been doing the tools, you've been working on it, because we've all got things we need to work on. Putting it all together in a piece of work and showing your journey in all its in all its essence, the ups, the downs, and the learnings and the lessons is just like so healing. It's so
empowering and scary and beautiful and everything all in one, isn't it?
And that is the option. That's an option for if that aligns with you when you've been through the medicine wheel and you've been through the modules, and you've done the journaling workshops. If that's something that that you feel guided towards doing, then that is something that you can do as well, and you can go through that healing experience.
But it's not a requirement. Again, it's not a prescriptive. You do that, then you have to do that.
That's exactly what a medicine wheel is, isn't it? The Mojo School framework. It's not a one size fits all. No. And you even say that in your intro videos. It's if this doesn't feel right,
do it. It's like squirrel. Mr. Motor up there. But you're right. If you don't like it, don't do it.
And this is why I didn't get on with those other courses, because they were all very start here, go here, we do this exercise here, we do this exercise there. And that's not how it works, is it?
In the Mojo, in like the medicine wheel, and obviously you can look at that in more in depth yourself. There's things that Jane and all of us lot can share with you. But in terms of like me sort of saying it's like a Mojo Mentors, it's like a Mojo in your pocket.
Yeah.
When you look at like the whole medicine wheel, when you have access to all of the modules at once, the descriptions and the titles of each of them across each of the quarters is so great, because you might find that you go through it from left to right and you go, yeah, that was right for me. And then you might come back to it and go, oh, do you know what? Something's really sticky for me at the moment now, or I'm not really feeling that. You can then just go and pick it back out again and do it all over again, and it's there for life.
It's constant, isn't it? And you know what? Before I created the actual medicine wheel pathway, so all the modules, I didn't have any of that, because my original thinking was based on my way of learning, which isn't everybody's way of learning. And I thought, you know what? People hate being told what to do. They hate being under pressure. They hate having something prescriptive. So I'm going to put all of it, I'm going to throw it on a dashboard, and people can just choose what they want to do, when they want to do it. They don't have to show up. And the feedback I got from some people, not everybody, was that's too overwhelming. I really want step by step, what numbered bullet points to follow. I have to have a structure. I thought, holy shit, I didn't think of that, because I thought that's what people didn't want. But then that's the beauty of developing and thinking, actually, some people want that, some people want that, some people want that. So I'm hoping that the point we're at now is we have all of the recipe for this. Everything is in there. It's a completed body of work. And there are so many different ways that people can use it. They can either just use a community space. Some people are just doing the community space and dipping in and out of little bits. I can see some people, because I can see on the back the learner journey, so I can help and support people. Some people are going straight to the end because they want to do something that's like I would consider to be the end of the pathway. I don't care. You do what you want. If that resonates with you, go and do it, and then come back a million times. Some people are stopping and starting, and some people are following the blueprint the way I've laid out, because obviously they feel comfortable having something structured.
I'm like that. I like a structure.
What's next? It's easy. You don't have to think about it. But then for someone like me, don't give me structure, because I'm going to immediately not go with it. I want to do what I want to do. So at least we've kind of ticked all the boxes, I hope. And we'll always keep learning, getting feedback and developing and bringing new things in. So final question before we wrap up this particular one, I think, because we're going to have a few more topics to talk about. So for both of you, what is your next steps? What are you looking to get out of this Mojo experience moving forward? Because we know that you are now about to release your stories. You're moving into this space of mentoring others through this space. You also have your own businesses and projects and works and families and things. So how is that going to show up in your life, or what would you like to see happen on the next part of your journey?
Right, shall I go first as I was doing this order?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
should we
we
shake
should.
it up? Should we shake it up and go around? Because there's not one size fits all, is
Well,
it?
There
do it.
isn't,
Go on,
no.
you go then.
Okay. So for me, like I guess over the years, like I've kind of got to a point now where I visualize a lot of stuff. Like I never used to visualize, didn't even know what the hell that was. But I've got a very visual brain, so I've tapped into something really good. So my vision for where this goes next for me is that, see what we're doing here, having a conversation as a collective, safe space. We've chosen to be here. We're comfortable with each other. I would love to have that, like another group of people that I kind of drive that kind of community, as in like I set that space up for people. So what I want to be doing is like sharing how it's made me feel, sharing the impact it's had on me, and just educating people on what's available and letting them just come. I'm not like wanting to go out there and go, right, you need to do this, that, and the other, because the whole point of this is that you're empowered to make a choice, and we need to be going out there and just sharing the information. So my vision is that ultimately I want to get to a point where this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. And like you said, you know that your kind of purpose and trauma drive and stuff is like so close. It's very much the same for me. So yeah, that's where I want to be, is me, campfire, building campfires, and then just watch the fire spread across the world. That's the vision.
It's the ripple effect, isn't it? And you've already started that with your project, which is called
Glow Tribe.
Have a look on Facebook. Have a look if you're local to North East Wales. If you're not, then I don't know, maybe we'll do some online stuff at some point. Maybe that's in your future, who knows?
Absolutely.
But if you're local to the area, there's some incredible, just beautiful, beautiful space with some amazing people, because I've been to a few. Although they keep clashing with things things that I don't. Well, actually, this is going out public. It's not that I don't want to do the other things, but I really want to be at Glow Tribe sessions for my own healing.
Yeah,
but I'm running things.
And I'm the same. I coach a mini kickers football group on a Wednesday.
I've missed a few now, which is frustrating, but I can see, I'm watching the socials as well, and I think the next one, I think I'm all right with the next one. We? Yeah, really bad FOMO. What about you, Angela?
So I'm not going to go into my whole vision, because I feel like we'll be doing a separate podcast about education, because that's part of my...
See us in part two.
that is so I'm an ex-teacher, and I really like, I went out of teaching and went into schools post-COVID to work in the wellbeing space, and really passionate about that, empowering children, empowering staff, and there's definitely more in my vision for that, but I'll keep that for another podcast. I feel. But so my vision is to empower adults and parents. So I work with little children, so I've got a Dinky Droplets mini mindfulness class that I run in different locations, and I work with my little droplet characters, and we set up play and sensory, and they're all attached to a wellbeing theme. So very low level gratitude is, what do you love? So we do superpowers for affirmations, and it's all linked to the higher level of the medicine wheel. And being a Mojo mentor, I want to pass that on to my parents, so they can have the inspiration to support their children, but also support themselves and learn together and empower each other. And then obviously, because my sessions are in person, we've started working on Mojo for Families, which is very exciting. So to create, so we've one course which is about red droplets, about the self-regulation and supporting overwhelm, frustration and disappointments, and I'm going through that now with my children, and we're always going through it ourselves and learning, and parenting is a big part of my journey, being able to share my lessons with parenting. So to create the modules for families to work on from when they have their children to when they're 8 years old, with the the droplets. So they've got Mojo for Families. So.
And you've got it online, so even if
Yeah.
they're not local, they'll be able to access all of your amazing
So
work.
one course is ready, one is about to be released, and one's being worked on.
And what are we working on now that's going to be released? By the time this comes out, it will be released. We have just been producing a summer holiday survival toolkit, which has a combination of all of Angie's amazing support for families and young kids and some Mojo magic, so it will help the adults to regulate as well. Because if you've read the book, when the adults change, everything changes. That for me is the key, is that we have to get the adults are the problem. The kids are never the problem. The kids are fine.
And
it's us that are the problem.
And I think it's not being afraid to show your emotions with your children, and show that you need to regulate your emotions as well, and setting those boundaries, and you're all on that journey together, and that's what we're hoping will come across from our survival summer kit.
So exciting, and we've got loads of the good things to come. So the stories are going to be out really, really soon, and it's definitely worth keeping an eye out on the socials for that. We are going to drop them early inside Mojo School, so if you haven't got the app yet, why not get the app, and then you'll be able to see them all before they come out.
And
just get it.
And you're obviously going to be able to get your hands on the summer survival kit.
If you're a parent, you're going to need that one,
which is a free resource for everybody, because we all need that all as parents need that for the summer, don't we?
100%. I wish I had something like that when mine were little. Mine are all adults now, but I think it's
how smug she is.
I wish. I am well old. Oh yeah. So old
you're
now.
going to be a grandmother soon.
I'm going to be a grandmother. Well, do you know what? I'm going to need this.
You'll need it for your grandson.
Some holidays.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
It's going to come round again.
Don't even.
Unlucky.
I thought I'd got out of this. Damn, I didn't see this coming. It was not on my bingo card, but hey ho, it's all good. It's always good. So we're going to do some more podcast episodes for sure, because we're on this journey now and we've got lots of other things to say. But for now, I think we're just going to leave it with the thought that actually community and collaboration and co-producing thing is definitely the way forward to heal, because you've all got that support network. Everybody can share different perspectives, different experiences, and how things work differently. And then you've got that really well-rounded experience then. And also in that wellness space, especially when you're in a leadership or a mentorship role, you need other people around you. You need your campfire, because it can be really difficult and tough and overwhelming when you're dealing with your own life and all the shit that comes up there. And then you have people that are looking to you for guidance. It's trying to bring that all together so everybody gets what they need. And more than that, it's lighting, like you said, Lucy, lighting everybody's touch paper. So the aim is everybody gets to be in that position. Each one teach one, and everybody gets to pass it on. So that is kind of the aim of the Mojo movement, I guess. And I'm going to keep calling that phrase.
I love it.
Because it works well. So yeah, I'd love to see some of you on the inside of the community. You can get hold of the app, find out all the free bits on there, and have a look at the medicine wheel pathway. And then we'll be back with another episode of The Art of Feeling Better very soon.
Can we have chairs next time?
I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get up at this point. So
we'll just help Jane up now.
You're going to have, don't go.